Welcome again to Free from Investment Structures. My name is Kalambai, and if this is your first time, please make sure that you subscribe, you like, and you share. Now, you've heard about what is happening. Please make sure that you actually follow this video until the end because this is very important. We have just received the news outlet that actually China did test a non-nuclear hydrogen bomb. So we're talking about a non-nuclear, which means it cannot be detected, or the United States or any other country cannot detect when it's been tried. And China has tested this hydrogen bomb. This is a non-nuclear hydrogen bomb. So according to the China Post, which has reported this news, is saying that Chinese researchers have successfully detonated a hydrogen-based explosive device in a controlled field test. So, triggering devastating chemical chain reaction without using any nuclear materials, according to a study published last month. So this is a very, a very dangerous bomb which has been really tested, and the reaction of it was very widespread. But anyway, it doesn't have devastation as the Chinese, as the nuclear bomb. And it continues saying, a 2 kg 4,4 lbs bomb generated a fireball exceeding 1,000 degrees Celsius, 1.832 degrees Fahrenheit, for more than 2 seconds, which is 15 times longer than equivalent TNT blast. So this has really a far more devastating impact than any nuclear that we know, any nuclear bomb that we know, the traditional nuclear bomb. And it's 15 times efficient than the nuclear bomb that we know usually. So without any nuclear materials that we know, so this is really a far outreach development that the world has ever seen in warfare weapon. This is a hydrogen bomb. And it says, it's developed by the China State Shipbuilding Corporation, CSSC 705 Research Institute, a key player in underwater weaponry system, and the device uses magnesium-based solid state hydrogen storage material. So magnesium actually has the capability to store more hydrogen material than actually the traditional way of storing hydrogen into tanks. So this material is silver powder, known as magnesium hydride, stores considerably more hydrogen than pressurized tank. It was originally developed to bring the gas to off-grid areas where it could power fuel cells and clean electricity and beat. So this is really a new development which has been really developed by this Chinese institute, these Chinese researchers and Chinese company, and this really it's just bringing weapons to a new level, new destruction with new category, new weapons, and non-detected. I wonder if the Chinese are really finding this. I wonder how much they have found, because these people are not going the traditional way of actually finding nuclear weapon, but they're bypassing that, hence developing the most dangerous weapons that the world has never seen, because they have the most developed technologies that the world has ever seen. While the Russians and the Americans are fighting, the Chinese are going very far in terms of development. And that continues and says, when activated by controversial explosive, the magnesium hydride underwent rapid thermal decomposition, releasing hydrogen gas that ignited into sustained inferno, the researchers said in a peer-reviewed paper published in Chinese language journal of projectiles, rocket and missile and guidance. Hydrogen gas exploding ignites with minimal ignition energy, have broad explosion range, and unleash flames that race outward rapidly. And he says, and unleash flames that race outward rapidly while spreading widely. So you see, said the team led by the CSSC research scientist Wang Xuanfang. This is combination that allows precise control over blast intensely and easily achieving uniform destruction territory across vast areas. So this is really in a way of humbling ourselves, just saying this is really a massive destruction weapon that is much more larger than the nuclear bomb that we know and can achieve much more destruction than the nuclear bomb that we know from before. The hydrogen bomb can cause extended thermal damage because the white-hot fireball it produces sufficient to melt aluminium alloys. So these are aluminium alloys are small particles. It can melt that last much longer than TNT, fleeting 0.12 second flash, according to the paper. So this is much more explosive. This is much more devastating than any weapon that has ever been. So with hydrogen bomb, it can devastate the entire earth, destroy everything. Really, do we have any hope for humanity to survive? That's the question. Because people and nations keep producing much more larger weapons and very developed weapons, massive destruction. Under constraint, detonation peak over pressure reached 4.28 kilopascal at 2 meters, 6.6 feet 7 in from the bomb, about 40% of the TNT blast force, but with a far greater heat projection range, they found. So this bomb can really send heat very far. And we're talking about 1,000 degrees. What can resist into 1,000 degrees? It's a destruction. What can stand before a 1,000 degrees pressure? I think that must be actually the pressure of the sun or the temperature of the surface of the sun. So this is really far outreach temperature that nothing can resist, no material can stand. So this is really devastating and destructive, what the Chinese have found. So stay tuned on this channel and find out more, because they have really found really more in terms of this. And they have been doing these researches and they have found a lot in terms of how this weapon can be used. Now they're trying to actually find out how they can use this weapon into submarines and into their fleets, into the military, and to actually hit any nation that can come and try to actually fight against them. This is what the Chinese are doing, and now they have found the most devastating weapon. The Chinese are doing more research, much more research. On the science field, they're much more developed. On the technology, they're much more developed. On the weapon side, they're much more developed. Hey, what we do, please comment and let us know what is going on.